Hey there everyone, I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. Okay, so we are going to do a reading with the Mermaid Oracle today. Monday Mermaid reading. Okay, like I say, I hope you all had a lovely weekend. I haven't done a reading with these ones for a little while, and they're just really so good and often spot on with things. So I'm just going to ask what we need to know this week. I think a lot of us have picked up tension, changes, wanting to exercise our will and be honest with other people. Sometimes it doesn't always go down so well, but it's something that we need to do. All right, so if you're going through that at the moment, continue to just be real, be honest, but try to be tactful and considerate of others' feelings and a bit compassionate at the same time. Sometimes difficult to keep that balance, but let's do our best and endeavor to, be the best version of ourselves at all times. That's the best advice that I can give you right now. And if you are struggling with certain things and you feel like there are things that need to be said, please, by all means, go ahead and say them. Just be mindful of how it makes other people feel. All right, but if your feelings aren't being taken into consideration, then that's something that you need to do. All right, on a different note, we're going to ask Spirit what is most important for us to know going into this week now. And I just want to remind you all that 11th of September is the heart chakra energy session that's coming up. I strongly suggest you don't miss it. It's one of the most important ones. And remember that your heart chakra joins all your lower energy centers with your upper energy centers. All right, and it helps with healing of the heart, relationships, things that have happened in the past, damage caused by romantic relationships, all of this kind of thing. Helps you to cultivate compassion. So if any of those things are lacking or needed in your life or need to be balanced, or you need healing there, then please have a look. There are highlights on Instagram that you can have a look at, and Facebook. And also, obviously, you can visit the Etsy shop and book your session there. All right, 11th of September, that's when that's happening. It's a Friday. Alrighty, so what do we need to know this week going forward? What's most important for us to know for this week coming, please? One card at a time. What is the most important messages for this week? A new dawn. The worst is now behind you and positive new experiences are on the horizon. Okay, whatever happened this week or this weekend, if it wasn't so great and there were ructions and, emotions were running high, and when emotions run high, my ex-boss told me this, when emotions run high, intelligence runs low. And it's very, very true. And sometimes we're the ones who are a bit low on intelligence because we let things get the better of us. But this is really good to know. This is a lovely card to have. The worst is now behind you and positive new experiences are on the horizon. Whatever needed to shift or was an obstacle or was causing you more pain than pleasure has now shifted. Okay, let's see what the book says. I like to read from this book because it doesn't take too long and it really has some lovely messages sometimes. Okay, so you've endured storms over rough seas. But now the way is clear and smooth. From here on in, you can expect the best. Wash away the negativity from your consciousness and past memories, and keep only the positive lessons and love. Don't hang on to anything that could weigh you down, such as resentment or bitterness. Let it go. Let me read that again. Don't hang on to anything that could weigh you down, such as resentment or bitterness. Let it go. If you've gone through patterns of negativity in the past, this is the time to affirm, I now release the need to experience this life lesson. I extract whatever teachings I need to discover and I move on to a life of harmonious and peaceful actions. By pulling this card, you've turned a corner in your life, wherein your prayers and positive thoughts are delivering new rays of divine light to illuminate your present and your future. I always sound like a broken telephone, like a broken record. saying, guys, live in the present, project what you want into your future, leave the past behind. All that you need from the past is the lessons. Don't carry it with you, because then you repeat the patterns. Don't expect the patterns to repeat, because you're projecting that. So that really reiterates. All right, what else do we need to know for this week going forward? And don't think just because I say it that I always get it right myself, okay? I battle to practice what I preach sometimes. I'm just delivering the messages, but I also need to learn. Self-forgiveness. Let go of old guilt and remember that you are God's perfect child. Okay, whatever your religious or spiritual persuasion is, like I always say, it doesn't matter. The essence of the message is most important. You can think you are the universe's perfect child. You can think that you are just a perfect creation or a perfect being. Whatever context you want to take it in, okay, but the message is the message. Self-forgiveness. Let's see what the book says. That's one of my favorite pictures as well. Okay. Let go of old guilt and remember that you are God's perfect child. You've been very hard on yourself lately, using harsh words towards yourself verbally or mentally. While it is healthy to hold yourself up to high standards, this card says that you've bordered on self-abuse. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's normal to feel regret occasionally. What's important, though, is how you handle these mistakes. As you focus on your positive attributes, your self-esteem will increase and your stress level will be diminished. Remember that guilt is the opposite of love. Your guilt doesn't help anyone or anything. But your divine love helps everyone everywhere. Use the following affirmation. I ask that all effects of my mistakes be undone in all directions of time, and I now release all guilt completely. I love my true self from top to bottom. All right, that's what your new dawn must be about as well, guys. Self-forgiveness. That will accelerate you moving into the new dawn. What else do we need to know this week, please? What is our most important message? And there it is. Stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. All right. Let's see. I think that's very self-explanatory. I'm always telling you guys to stay optimistic. It doesn't mean just be positive and pretend that nothing bad happens in your life. That's not how things work. But it says here, stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. This is it. Your time has come. You're about to collect your rewards and your prayers will be answered. However, a bit more patience and guided action on your part is required. The extra weight and effort are definitely worth it. You're just about there, and this card asks you to keep your faith about miracles and heavenly magic. Use this imagination to visualize your dreams have already come true. Your heart will swell with gratitude and joy, and these emotions will speed up your desired manifestations. Before long, you'll be enjoying the tangible results. Okay, so I have mentioned this before as well. It's very important when you're trying to manifest something to feel that elevated emotion. If any of you watch Dr. Joe Dispenza, he talks about the same thing. You can't just say, this is what I want in my future and imagine it. You need to feel that elevated emotion. How excited would I be if this actually happened? I mean, if you look at this woman waiting for this guy, okay, this mermaid waiting for this guy, do you see him over there? Imagine what she would be feeling. She's not just going to sit there and stare at him. She's going to have an elevated emotion because this gentleman is arriving with something in his hand. Oh, it's a rose. I've got very good eyes. But, that's not just going to make her feel dead inside and she's not watching what he's doing and actually feeling anything. So it's not just about imagining the picture in your head. It's about feeling the picture in your head. That is of utmost importance, because when your heart is creating an elevated emotion, it's telling all of your rest of your body, your endorphins, your brain, everything. It's sending out a message that this is real. All right? It's very easy for us with an elevated emotion to actually trick our minds into saying this is real. And once we've done that, that projection has the power to reflect into our external environment. You physically make that tangible and manifest it into your 3D reality, but it's only through that elevated emotion. Imagination is imagination, but when we attach an elevated emotion to it, we are telling our entire being, this is really happening, this is real, and guess what? It becomes real. So that is very, very important. And to keep yourself staying optimistic, to keep yourself at an elevated emotion. Okay, high vibration. So how can we do that? By self-forgiveness, forgiving ourselves and forgiving others as well. Compassion is imperative at this point. And realizing and believing that this new dawn is coming. Remain optimistic, there's a new dawn coming, but in order to do that, you need to have your visualizations intact, you need to know what you want, believe that it's coming, and you need to forgive yourself for any past mistakes or anything that you weren't able to manifest. Maybe that's something that drives you crazy, that upsets you. I wasn't able to do this in the past. That's fine, the past is in the past. Try again, because there's a new dawn coming. Okay, forgive yourself for any past transgressions, relationships that didn't work out, businesses that didn't work out, whatever it is, and say, okay, well, that's not my reality anymore. Those were there for lessons. Now I know how to do it better. I'm on the brink of it. I'm getting spiritual assistance to do that. I need to remain optimistic, and I need to make sure that I'm feeling it. If you really believe it, you will automatically feel it. And if you're not feeling it, it's because you don't really believe it, and you need to get yourself to that place. Okay, because this is coming. Self-forgiveness. This is very important, guys. No one else can all forgive you for everything, you know what I mean, and absolve you of everything. You need to let go of the guilt. You need to say, hey, I messed up, but you know what? That's what life's about. It's about lessons and blessings. It's about learning and making mistakes. And if I didn't make the mistakes, I wouldn't be able to move on to other things or take a different path or realize what I want and I don't want and what I will and will not tolerate in my life. I wouldn't have realized I need those boundaries to achieve something. Okay. All right, so I'm very happy to see this. Very, very happy to see this. Please remain optimistic. Try to keep yourself high vibration. If you battle to do it, go and ground in the garden, watch a comedy, hang out with kids, do whatever you need to do to keep yourself high vibration. Very, very important, and optimistic. Okay, you need to make that castle in the sky a tangible, physical thing. Alrighty then, have a beautiful week. Love you all lots, and I'll chat to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.